Today on Beyond. This mother has no idea why her 19-year-old son took his own life.
I did feel that I wasn't able to protect him.
Can James deliver the one message that will make sense of this senseless act? Plus, they are young, attractive, and share a common bond.
We all lost the men in our lives that we loved.
Will these four young women be able to heal each other's broken hearts? The answers coming up today on Beyond. Using his extraordinary psychic ability to communicate with spirits, he's transformed lives by unlocking mysteries and sharing secrets from the other side. James Van Praagh, best-selling author, renowned medium, and your connection to the world beyond.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank all of you here in the audience and all of you at home watching us today. Thank you for going beyond with me. Does anyone know Lionel, the name Lionel?
My father.
He passed over?
Yes.
May I bring him to you, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Stand up.
Your name, please?
Jennifer.
He's a bit pushy and he's a bit impatient.
Yes.
Okay? He said, I've been waiting here all day. It's about time I come to you. Excuse me. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
Mother's still alive, isn't she? Your mother's down
My
here?
mother's alive.
Who flew? In the Air Force? Or
On my mother's side.
was there a brother of hers that flew in the Air Force?
I think he was uncle. He was an uncle of hers.
Was in the Air
Yes.
Force. I don't know about the team of doctors that he had to see.
Yes.
Because he's talking about doctors, right? And he's talking about medical doctors. He showed me all these medical doctors, and I'm not sure if they had to see specialists or something, and they went from different doctor to doctor.
Yes, my father.
He's so funny. He showed me a doctor with coats on them, and they're looking, and they can't find out what's going on, what's wrong here.
Right, right.
Let me ask you something. He keeps on giving me a sense of either x-rays or having to take tests with not trying to find what was wrong with him, and they can't find what's wrong with me. He goes on. They
Right.
can't find something with him, okay?
With my father?
Yes, yes. Oy. I don't want to go there. Because he's embarrassed. He was embarrassed.
Okay.
He said he's embarrassed about things, certain things that they had to do to him. He's embarrassed about it.
In the hospital?
Yeah. We did not like that. You understand that.
I do.
February something. I know what's February, please. It's going to be the month of February.
Yes.
What is that?
He
please?
died in February.
Okay. Because it's significant. February would be
Yes.
significant. Was he in the hospital too when he passes,
Yes.
please? Because the feeling he's giving me is I'm in a hospital setting. He doesn't like the smell. He hates the smell of the hospital because there's this awful scent.
Yeah.
And he said he doesn't like people poking at him
Yeah, right.
and prodding at him. And he said, get me the heck out of
That's
here.
literally
Get
what
me
he
the
said.
heck out of here. That's what he said.
Literally what he said.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a Mike or a Michael associated there.
No. that I
Okay,
know.
who does that belong to?
I can't think of a Michael.
There's a Mike or Michael he's referring to. Hold on. Go on. He keeps on talking about mom here. And his initial B. Okay, is it mother
Her
with the
name
B?
is Beverly.
Okay, mom with a B. That's where he goes to. And you have a brother, don't you?
I do not.
Who has the brother? Does he have a brother? Your father have a brother connection, please? Past in spirit, there's a brother, please?
Yes.
It's almost like they've come together again,
Yes.
okay? A very smart man, your
Yes.
father. He's smarter than people think. He doesn't let on that he's a brilliant man. He
Yes.
really is, brilliant
Yes.
man. I feel he did a lot in his life, that he accomplished a lot in his
He
life.
did.
I think his life helped other people, okay? By what he created. I don't know what this means, but the feeling he gives me is either things invented or created that he did that,
right.
does that make sense?
Exactly.
Okay, but things that he did, and you should be very proud of him for what he did, because things that he did made the world a better place or helped people live better or understand things better. Please let your mom know he comes and he kisses her on the forehead every night before she goes to sleep.
Okay.
And she might even feel that. She might feel it, so ask if she feels it.
All right.
Okay? I'll
Thank
leave
you.
you with that. God
Thank you.
bless. Okay, so. Does anyone know Lionel, the name Lionel?
Your father, Lionel, came through. Is that who you were looking forward to coming through here today?
Absolutely, absolutely. I couldn't believe it when he just said, "Who is Lionel?" That's a name that rarely anyone has. So for me, it was like I was very excited.
Get me the heck out of here.
Now, when James said, "Get me the heck out of here," did it feel as though your father was actually saying those words? Is that something your dad would say?
When my dad was in the hospital, he couldn't stand being in the hospital, and he could not stand it. So he said, "Just get me out of here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here." And that was really what he did say, literally.
Because things that he did made the world a better place.
What did your dad invent?
My dad was a composer, a composer and a conductor in films. And he did a lot of movies.
Is that what James was talking about, creating?
I think
he created
so.
something?
Yeah, all the music. He was the musical director for Marilyn Monroe, for all of her pictures. So he's done a lot, and he's touched a lot of people in his life.
And I'm sitting here thinking about your dad's name is Lionel. You said he's a composer.
Yes.
Movies?
Yes, movies.
Lionel Newman?
Lionel Newman.
The Lionel Newman?
Yes, the Lionel
Related
Newman.
to Randy
That's
Newman?
it. Randy, David, Tommy, all of the Newmans. Yes.
Wow.
So we're very
He's
musical.
helped a lot of people,
Yes.
your dad.
Yes. He's a loved man. Funny and loved man.
Sending a lot of love to you.
And I miss my dad. We all miss my dad. So this has been great.
Oh, I'm so glad.
you.
I'm so glad. I get a hug.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Still to come.
We met on Valentine's Day. Our hearts had just been broken, yet we're opened to one another.
4 young women need to know why the men in their lives were taken too soon. Plus, will this mother finally learn why her son committed suicide? Find out next on Beyond.
Shocking turn for our next guest when her 19-year-old son took his own life earlier this year after starting college. The piece you're about to see was taped before the show. No one in our studio, including James, has seen it. Here is Annette's story.
My oldest son, Jake, had hung himself in his dorm room. I had no idea that he would actually commit suicide. Even with Jake in college, I still expected him to call me every day, which he did. And I had always said that to both my children, growing up, all through growing up. I don't care how old you are, I will be there to protect you. I did feel that I wasn't able to protect him.
Hi, Annette. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you,
Nice to meet you. And you are her son, Nate? Nathaniel?
Nate, yes.
I'll call you Nate.
Thank you.
Because that's your name.
That's what most
All
people
right.
call me.
That's what most people call you, because it's your name. Okay. I know you lost your son, and it was through a suicide, is that right? Okay. So we'll see what we can do for you, okay? Hopefully I'm going to get something from him. Yeah, we'll just see what happens.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. Was this outside the house? Away from the house? Like
Yes,
the
it
backyard or
was.
something, or in the garage or something?
In an enclosed area.
But was it near your house or outside the house somewhere?
It wasn't really near our house,
Okay.
no.
Okay, hold on. Nate, do you go to Boston at all?
I drive through there.
Do you have friends in
I have
Boston?
friends in Boston, yeah.
And did you recently go there to see some friends? Or was it talking
yeah.
about you going? Yeah, I
did.
know. That's what I'm hearing.
Actually, I went to a Red Sox game.
At Boston, and that was
Boston.
recent. Your brother was with you. Your brother was said he's with you in the Boston when you went to visit your friends in Boston. He was hanging with you, and that's what he's saying. He was hanging or hanging, and that's how he's saying it, hanging with you.
A couple extra seats, so I'm sure it's...
Well, you see, now there you go. So you were thinking of him, okay. I don't know if you had those tickets in your wallet for a while.
I did.
Yep. He's telling me here. Interesting, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't mean to be graphic, but I have to be. There's a sense also of choking with him, okay? If he hung himself but there's a choking sensation.
He did.
Okay. Because that's what I'm feeling with him, all right? He's here, very strong. Let me tell you something, by the way. He's very depressed. He's very depressed, and there's a part of this man I'm picking up here who, and I don't know, but it feels like this didn't happen that long ago. Was this within a year, or was...
September 10th will be 1 year.
Okay, there you go. So it's within a year. Because I feel his being able to adapt himself in the spirit world and learning things, trying to figure things out. And a hard thing with a suicide is when they pass over, they realize, oh my God, I'm still alive, what have I done? and they can't get back into their body. He knows you're angry at him. He knows that. You understand? He knows you're really angry at him, and he doesn't want you to be. And he's really sorry. He loves, I don't know, he's going on talking about Italian food and pasta and eating Italian food, and I don't know if you used to make it for him or what this means, but there's his favorite type of food is some kind of a pasta dish, something you make for him.
Yes.
I don't know what the heck that means. You do.
I absolutely do.
Okay. And he said, this is really weird, but where do you hear this? He said he can get the essence of that, of the taste of it. He can, from your energy, he can get the essence of it. So he's around you when you have that. And it's just hysterical. I also want to tell you, there's been things missing in your house. I can't find out where I put these things down here. I don't know, the keys or other things I put on the table. And there's a dining room table, a kitchen table thing. And I put things down there, and next thing they're gone. Yeah, it's your son. Okay?
Now I understand.
And they can do that. They can do that.
Okay.
And he is moving things around, he's telling me. He moves things around. He just wants you to know that he's there. He's there. He's there. Your son is so independent. And he's his own person. He's his own thinker. And he has to learn this lifetime not to adapt what other people want from him, that he had to be his own person. And he's telling me that he's learning this lesson now. And he needs your forgiveness, because if he has your forgiveness, it helps him to forgive himself. So please tell Dad to forgive me, because I think you two are okay. And I think you'll be all right. And you do love me. You forgive him. Yeah. We know he has his own stuff going on. But Dad needs to forgive Dad. And Dad needs to forgive him because he still loves his father very much. Okay, please pass it on.
I sure will.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
you. And that's how he sang it, hanging with you.
James talked about the baseball game, the Red Sox game, that he was with you. Did that surprise you?
That was kind of shocking.
Yeah. Why?
James, he picked that one.
Yeah, he picked that out pretty well. We had Boston Red Sox tickets.
I don't know if you had those tickets in your wallet for a while.
My husband handed them to Nate in the kitchen the day before the game. And James had said that Jake was with them at the baseball game.
There's been things missing in your house.
I've been missing a couple of pictures, and then they reappeared. I didn't know what happened to them. Several other things, keys. Yeah. And I did not relate it to anybody moving them.
And I think you'll be all right. And you do love me. You forgive him.
Did you want him to know something? Is that why you came?
Well, I just want him to know that I'm proud of him.
I'm glad we can wrap it with you're proud of him.
Thank you both.
Thank you so much.
Coming up,
We all lost the men in our lives that we loved.
they've lost their partners and only have each other to lean on. Is it enough? Find out next on Beyond.
Recently I got together with these 4 ladies, and it was quite incredible. They were 4 strangers, and they all came together for one very unique reason. And it really touched me, and I wanted to share with you their story. So please take a look.
I'm here with Diane and Susan and Nicole, and what we have in common is we all lost the men in our lives that we loved.
I remember meeting Kim and Susan for the first time, knowing that they understood.
We met on Valentine's Day. Our hearts had just been broken, yet we're opened to one another.
Just how we've been there for each other has just been crucial to my healing.
We were working at the same hospital, and we started dating. We were inseparable from day one. From day one. He was the star in my sky. We were involved in a head-on collision. The next time I saw him, I was holding his hand at the funeral. I think the most difficult part, by far, is losing that opportunity to grow old with him and have children with him. All that was taken away like that. I'm curious to know if we still have that connection that I feel.
I want to thank you all very much for inviting me here and being a part of this. And I know that you've lost your partners, and that's all I know. and hopefully we can reach them today. So we'll see what happens, okay? I'm getting a lot of different people here. When I do a group, sometimes they jump in on each other, so I've got to warn you. There was a trip planned to go to Hawaii, or you talked about Hawaii?
We went to Hawaii.
Was it talk about having a kid, a child?
We did on the plane on the way there.
I'm getting very tearful from him. He's very emotional about that. Because as you're sitting on the plane, he's showing me holding your hand. You're sitting on that plane holding each other's hand, talking about that. And who's C, initial C?
Who?
Does your husband have initial C in his name?
Yes.
What's that, Carl or C-A?
Craig.
Craig?
Yes.
Craig, sorry. That's a big C. I know that you put a single rose. Is someone putting a single rose in a vase?
At his grave.
Yeah. He says you put a single rose in the vase.
Yeah.
Do you have hearts around the house?
Yes. I have a picture of the two of us with two hearts that rest next to
You've been looking at it or a
Yes.
lot, you understand? Because he stands there a lot. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you something, he kisses you there. And I will tell you, you know about this.
Yes.
That's all right.
I kiss his picture there.
That's where you kiss his picture, at that, where that heart is. Understand? And he kisses you there. So it's just acknowledgement that he kisses you too. You know, I want to tell you something that he's talking about. Craig's saying to tell you that it's okay with him that you meet other people and that you're going to meet other people. You will. Understand? And you are. And he said she wanted to know if it was okay. And he wants me to tell you now, it's okay. Understand? You have his approval. Right? It's very important you know that. He's coming this way to tell you it's okay. Right. Yeah, I know. She wanted to know that.
That was the question that I asked.
That's what he said to me. You come back a year from now, and I guarantee you'll be with someone. Maybe not married then, but you will be with someone, because he's going to find this one for you. He is looking out for you. Understand that? I want you to know something. And I'm going to throw this at you because he wants to give me this to you. And I'm going to tell you that he is your guardian angel.
I've heard that before.
That's what he's saying.
My reading with James was incredible.
It's okay with him that you meet other people.
Without a doubt, he answered my question.
Was it talk about having a kid?
And I remember that conversation that Craig and I had vividly.
And I'll tell you something, he kisses you there.
Oftentimes I'll walk by and I'll look at the picture and I'll bend over and I'll give him a kiss. Apparently he's giving me one right back. If I do have a guardian angel, like he says I do, just accept it and consider myself blessed by that, and continue to live life because life's for the living.
Tomorrow, part 2.
You worry about the silly things that you didn't do for him when he was alive. Stop beating yourself up. When he was in the hospital, did you bring a picture?
Oh my God, I brought a picture of me where I was topless.
Does he have dolls?
Yes, they were in front of our bed. They drove me insane.
If you'd like to be part of the Beyond Show audience and have a chance for a reading with James, call our toll-free number, 1-866-88-JAMES, or go to our website at thebeyondshow.com.
Now, James, this whole experience on the show is a constant learning process for me, and I'm sure many people. We discussed suicide today, and I just want to know, when someone kills themselves, is it different in the spirit world after they're gone?
Well, the number one thing to realize is the soul cannot be harmed. So when someone kills himself, they're not harmed in the soul way, in a spiritual way. They still exist, they still have a perfect body. What happens really is more mental. They become very much aware of how they hurt other people around them. And they realize that this was not the way to do it. This was not the right escape, because they have to do it all over again. And they will come back again another time and do it.
If someone's taken their own life, though, is it harder for the spirit to cross over? I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, sometimes it is, Lisa, because of all of the stuff they left behind with other people, their family, their friends, what they have done, what they have caused. And also they have to forgive themselves. And one of the hardest things to do is to forgive themselves. So our prayers and our forgiveness helps them to move on and to love themselves again. Because it's really what they have to do is start loving themselves more, because they weren't loving themselves when they killed themselves. So we can help them that way. And I hope you can help each other with love. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Hi, James.
Hi, Steve.
I'm just wondering how you receive communications from people when their native language is not English.
Good question. Language is really of the physical world. Thoughts are universal. So when they communicate with me, it's through thought. That's how they communicate.